Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 29 of the Last Eagleheart podcast. DJ, spin it.
Eagleheart podcast. You are listening to the Last Eagleheart. You are listening to the Last Eagleheart podcast.
What is up, everybody? How's it going? Are you ready for Christmas? It's only a few days away. It's already here. That's what I'm trying to say. It came so fast. Like, I can't believe it. How fast Christmas has actually came. Yesterday I was literally in Austin. Not literally, but figuratively. Come on, man. I was literally in Austin in June, and it's already December. Into December. We're about to go right on into 2021. Don't even know what to expect. Everybody's resolutions is probably going to consist of, hey, anything better than this year. That's what mine's going to be, at least. But no, hey, look, everybody. I'm glad. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be doing this. Consistency. I know it's on a Friday. It's a Tuesday. But it's okay because it's either Tuesdays or Fridays. I said specifically I'm either going to do one or the other, and Tuesday it's going to be because I'm going to be with my family for the rest of the week. I don't have work. I just got off of work, but I don't have work for the rest of the week. I'm going to enjoy that. Oh, and another thing. Tomorrow. Not tomorrow, today. Today is Tuesday. Well, technically, it's going to be on Tuesday. I'm recording this Monday. Okay, I'm recording this. But, jinx this up. Dawson's not doing it on Tuesday. Anyways, today, since you're listening it today, hopefully you've already seen it already when it got posted, but I'm starting a new YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting just little skits, little things, because if you listen to episode 28, I talked about buying myself a little bit of a Christmas present. I got myself a camera, saved up for it. But I got all that stuff, and I'm going to start making like little skits, putting them on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and there's going to be a new one today. So hopefully if you've already seen it, but if you haven't, make sure to go watch it, check it out. It's going to be one heck of a video, or at least I think it's going to be. Hopefully you enjoy it. But I just wanted to quickly promote that. Before I get into how I am a piece of crap. I am literally just a piece of trash on the side of the road. Just don't even acknowledge me. I can't believe that I did this. But actually, it's not even really even my fault. But the people at my job, at my work, I've never done this before. I've never had a job that's done this. But they do this thing called Secret Santa, which everybody should know what Secret Santa is. I know what Secret Santa is, but I didn't know jobs do Secret Santa. And this place did a Secret Santa. I told them I didn't want to be a part of it, which I didn't think was a douchebag thing to say until a little bit later when I was like, man. I probably should have said I wanted to do Secret Santa, but then, I don't know, should I follow it up with should I go to him and be like, hey, look, I don't do Secret Santa because I'm Jewish? Even though I'm not, I could have said that to follow it up with to kind of lighten things. But no, I just became a complete douchebag, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do Secret Santa because I'm selfish and I want to keep my money to myself. That wasn't the intention and that wasn't the reasoning. I just didn't know anybody, so I didn't know what to get them, just didn't want to participate. Anyways, that's not how I feel like a piece of crap, but that should be one of the reasons. Main reason is because I ended up getting a gift from the Secret Santa anyways. I walked into work one day, and it was actually yesterday. I walked into work yesterday, and this girl comes up to me and gives me my gift. She goes, hey, you are my Secret Santa. Here's your gift. And I got it. I opened it, and I was like, it was a beanie. I wear beanies all the time. And I'm like, wow. You don't really know me at all. We've probably talked 3 times, and you gave me a really good gift. A really solid gift for someone that doesn't know me at all. And I just looked at her, and I was like, look, I'll be honest, I wasn't even supposed to participate in this thing, so you can have this back if you want it. And she's like, oh, no, this is for you. You can have it. I was like, wow. There needs to be more people like you because I definitely did not deserve that gift at all. But, I wore it proudly. The next day. It's comfortable. I'm actually wearing it right now. So if you're listening to this, girl at my work, just know that I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for it. And I feel like a piece of crap that I had nothing for you. Even though you weren't supposed to be my Secret Santa, but I feel bad for the person that got left out one year. You got left out this year because I'm pretty sure we have an even number of employees, and I screwed the system up. And that one kid that did not get the one employee that did not get a Secret Santa because of me. Sorry, not sorry on that one. Come on, but it was a nice gift. It's comfortable. All it matters is I'm gonna embrace this selfishness. All it matters is at least I got something, because when Christmas comes around, it's I. Is that how it goes? You just receive things, not give. Is that what it is? I don't know. My one friend started. He enjoys reading. But the thing is, though, is he started reading this book called 5 Love Languages because he recently got into a relationship. So apparently you have to hop on those books every time you get into as soon as you get into a relationship. You gotta read all these relationship books. Everything like women read everything that a man would like. You're like, oh, now I finally understand how men are. I don't know, but he's now all up in those books, and he started reading 5 Love Languages, and that just made me think of, oh wow, I'm a gift person. I like to receive gifts, but I think everybody likes to receive gifts. But it doesn't really mean a whole lot to me when I get a gift. But in that scenario, it meant a lot because I didn't have anything to give. 5 love languages. Yeah, but relationships, when you always have to get a book, always have to. And when you're starting into getting into a relationship, you've never been in one, you automatically have to go to the bookshelves and be like, all right, I'm about to how to be a better man in a relationship. I'm about to dust off that book. Chapter 1, not being selfish, something I need to work on. And then you go right on into chapter 2. What yours is hers, and what hers is yours. And you're like, wow, I never knew that. Moving on to chapter 3. What's chapter 3 going to be about? Being faithful. What? You can't cheat on her? No way. You can't cheat on her. I didn't know. Be faithful. Did anybody know that? No. Wow. Thank you. I don't know who would write those books. I don't know. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica. What's a name that sounds like that would write a book like that? Jessica. Jessica Maruso. That sounds like a woman that would definitely write a book like that, a relationship book. Jessica Maruso coming out with 5 love languages. Everybody needs to know. Man. Are y'all good though? Having a great time? Are y'all keeping it up with the podcast? I had this kid come up to me. He was at my work, by the way, also. I just also have to shout out him because he listens to the podcast consistently, and it made my day. I just want to just let this go and let this out to let him know how I really and truly feel. Because sometimes when people come up to me and tell me, hey, Dawson, you did a really good job doing this, or hey, Dawson, you were really funny in that, I am really bad at receiving a compliment, and then, I feel like I'm really bad at, giving thanks, thanking them. I feel like, because I'm a little awkward when it comes to that. It's like, I don't know if it's I'm not used to it, or if I just get awkward, but this person went out of their way, found me randomly on Instagram. I didn't tell them that I had a podcast, but he clicked the link. He told me he listened to all 28 of them, and he said he loves the podcast. And I just have to say thank you, sincerely thank you, over a microphone. And it's probably on your radio and your earbuds right now, but thank you for listening. That meant a lot to me. It really does. It means a lot. But in that moment, when he told me that, I was in the middle of working, and I kind of felt like I gave him a nonchalant thanks, but it really did bring my day. So, thank you again. And keep listening and promote it, because I don't want to have to eventually pay people to promote. I'm not going to pay anybody. I've heard of people paying, I did get a phone call, spam calls. People spam call me all the time, and I got one where they were like, oh, hey, is this Dawson Iglehart? Or no, actually, they said it wrong. They were like, hey, is this Dawson Iglehart? I'm like, yeah, that's really not a great way to promote something or, get me to do something of what you want me to do, but what's up? oh, so I heard you have a podcast. I can help promote your podcast for you. Oh, really? Well, yeah. We'll get you a lot more listeners, but we're gonna own 30% of your podcast. 30%? Are you out of your mind? You're not even creative. What followers are you gonna be, like one of those Instagram followers where you give me a bunch of ghost listeners for a few months and then you still end up like in the end, like being in the background, all the royalties and stuff? You're just gonna get 30% of my podcast if I get sponsors? Hell no. 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 I'm not gonna be a sellout. Like freaking comedians do it all the time. Oh, I have all these fans, I have whatever. But guess how many people they have to be paying, like their managers and stuff. You know what? I want to be my own manager. How about that? Be my own manager. Set up my own stuff. Oh, man. It's just disappointing. But I got that phone call the other day. But 30%? Are you kidding me? I would rather have 40 solid listeners and have to pay nobody anything. And those 40 people honestly want to listen to me every single week or every single time I put out a podcast. I would rather have that than have a 1,500 followers or listeners, and out of those 1,500, maybe a little bit more, a little bit more than 40, but like, consistently, maybe 500 of them would listen to me. But yet you own 30% of my podcast. Now I'm good. You can keep that. I don't care. Oh, man. Since I've been bored though a lot, I have been on Omegle. Yeah, I haven't really, been getting on that a lot because I just didn't really care, and it just didn't seem really interesting to me. But I have had, let's see, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I'll let y'all in a little secret. Yeah, the living room. Yeah, I feel like the little guard dog over by the door. Just whatever. Anyways, we turned a 2-bedroom into technically a 4-bedroom because we had 5 people staying here this week. 5 people. Because college is let out, and my friends, one of them, their parents had COVID, so he had to stay over here for the week because their parents had to be cleared for him to go back. My other friend stayed here for 3 days because he had, he just doesn't like his parents, so he didn't want to go back as long as possible. So then I was stuck in this situation of like, wow, I'm going to have no space at all. And I live in the living room, so I need my personal time. But I'm glad I have that personal time back because personal time means something to me. And it shouldn't mean anything. It shouldn't mean something to any of y'all. It literally put me kind of in a little bit of a bad mood through the week, just out of the simple fact that I had all those times, but it's besides the point. I now have them out. I'm now by myself. And it's perfectly okay. I'm doing great now. I was on the verge of suicide, but now I'm picking things back up. Anyways, what I was bringing back was Omegle. On Omegle, one of my friends decided just to go on it, and it actually was very interesting. We stayed up one night, all flippin' night, just going and listening, just watching a bunch of people. But it's very weird on that app because you'll get some people that are just like, there for one thing, there for one thing. They just want to talk to a cute girl or talk to a hot guy. Like one time we typed in like you can pick which categories that you want to pick, and they picked baseball boys. And we just found a bunch of girls, and they, at the same time, they found a bunch of girls as well because they were all just searching for hot baseball boys. They didn't find any hot baseball boys. They just found a bunch of goofy guys on Omegle. But that app's fun, or not app. The website's fun. It's interesting. You get like person, and then you get a random dude jerking it, and then you get a person, and then another person, and then you'll go back and it'll be just another guy jerking it. But eventually you'll get on that good streak of just a bunch of normal people, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of interesting. I did it once by myself, and this person recommended me a horror movie. I'm not a big fan of horror movies at all, but I decided to go and explore and watch this movie by myself. And because the reason why I mentioned by myself is because watching horror movies with other people is totally different than watching a horror movie by yourself. Because watching a horror movie by yourself, it's a different psychological level. Like you are into some deep dark stuff. You may be kind of depressed. I've never imagined anybody just like, oh, I love watching horror movies by myself. I don't know if you're that type of person, but if you are, then you may want to see a therapist. I don't know, but I watched it by myself. It was pretty scary. I should have watched it with somebody else, but I didn't. And I'm still not really a horror movie person, but if somebody wants to watch a horror movie, I'm going to go ahead and watch it just out of the simple fact that they want to watch it. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm totally cutting myself off of horror movies. I'm tired of watching them. No, I will watch it. I just miss like the horror movies back like in the early 2000s, like when I was younger. Like 2008, 2009. I don't know when this movie specifically came out, but it was somewhere around there, and it was my first horror movie. That's how I remember it. It was called My Bloody Valentine. I don't know if any of you remember it, but it was about these group of kids that went to party in an abandoned mine. Ooh, nice first scene. Bunch of high school kids wanted to go drink some beers, have some couple of brewskis with the bros and the ladies in an abandoned mine. Ooh, nothing's gonna happen wrong there. Oh, wrong. And the biggest thing that I remember, because I think I was 8 years old, the biggest thing that I remember was the scene of this guy, and he was just chilling. He had a good old brewski in his hand, and he was just staring. And the next thing you know, this miner dude dressed up as a miner, but he had a gas mask on, so it was very weird. So it was like a hazmat suit looking thing, but he had a pickaxe. Took the pickaxe, came around the corner, and put it in the back of this guy's dome, and his eye popped out on like top of the point of the pickaxe, and that ended the movie for me. That was like about 10 minutes in. 10 minutes in, and I was already done because of that. I was like, you know what, Mom? I am not ready for horror movies. Yeah, my mom was the goat for doing that for me. Like a little 8-year-old. Hey, Mom, I am ready for a horror movie. Oh, really? You're ready for a horror movie, Dawson? How about we go to the Red Box? Oh, yeah, Red Box. Y'all remember Red Boxes? Any of y'all? No, because it's just Netflix and Hulu now. But Red Boxes are for the OGs. The people that remember those know what's up. Hey, Dawson, but you want to go to the Red Box real quick? Yeah, Mom, I want to pick a movie. What movie? Oh, that one. That one, My Bloody Valentine. That one seems cool for my first horror movie. Did you know that movie was in 3D? That means people watched that in theaters, put their 3D glasses, saw that guy's eye just pop out at them. That was an awful movie. But I remember at that time, horror movies were so goofy. They were not serious. If you watch them now, you'd be like, really? Is this seriously a horror movie? Because now it's all paranormal stuff. It's like, ooh, there's a scary, creepy doll, and she makes you shapeshift, and then there's a bunch of kid ones. Like all the kid ones are goofy. It didn't really scare me. You know why? Because I knew the kids would win. Besides, I didn't really expect any horror movies. Hollywood would never go to the extent of we're gonna butcher a 12-year-old. We're just gonna straight up butcher a 12-year-old in this movie. Yeah, we're gonna put him in a trap. You never see Saw 8. Saw 8 comes out and it's a bunch of kids, but all those kids get put in traps. The kids get put in a freaking. He has to go through the maze of nails and use needles and razor blades. He's 12 years old, and you're like, wow, Hollywood went really dark with this one. They went really dark, but you never see that though. But you see them in a movie, you always know the kids are gonna win. But in the paranormal ones where there's adults in it, you never know what's gonna happen. They're just gonna end, whatever. It's so crazy. But back then, they had Abraham Lincoln, the Zombie Slayer, and that movie did so good that they came out with another one, Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Slayer. If you don't remember those two movies, those are two iconic movies. I'm probably going to end up watching them again just out of the simple fact that they were like, you know what? We're going to take a past president of the United States, and we're going to put it in a scenario where he's just fighting a bunch of zombies. What? I'm telling you, if no one had that movie idea yet, and I went and told my friends, I was like, hey, I got a great idea for a movie. What is it, Dawson? Oh, okay. We're gonna take Abraham Lincoln, okay? And we're gonna put him in a scene and he's fighting a bunch of zombies throughout the movie and just slaying them. And we're gonna call it Abraham Lincoln the Zombie Slayer. What? You're out of your mind, Dawson. That's not a good one. You're gonna just throw that in the trash. We're gonna roast you for the rest of your life. But they made that a movie. And then they made the vampire one. When can those movies come back? I'm down for watching a horror movie like that because they're kind of I can hop behind that idea because it's funny. You put something that that would never happen, and you just put it in there. It's like, why can't there be like for example, Sharknado? I think Sharknado was supposed to be a horror movie, but I watched it just out of the simple fact because it was so stupid. Like, whenever in life is there just gonna be a water tornado and it's just gonna soak up a bunch of sharks and the sharks are just gonna literally just kill everybody? That was a great movie. I like also just finding weird movies, period. Like on Netflix, Hulu, like even underground ones on YouTube. Like there was this one that used to be on Netflix called Rubber, and it was just about a rubber tire. He weaved in and out, like he would go around. It was just a rubber tire. He was rolling. He ended up throughout the movie finding out he had superpowers. Next thing you know, every time he got mad that he couldn't do something, he would blow people's heads off with his telekinesis. I'm telling you, that is a straight up thug tire. It's rubber. It was just called Rubber. At the very beginning of the movie was a police car, and he was weaving in and out of wooden chairs. And he did perfect until the very end. He knocked over the last one. It wasn't really scary. It just kind of pissed me off because of my OCD. I was like, what the hell are you doing, dude? You literally bobbed and weaved through 9 chairs, but the 10th, when you knock it over, I kind of hate this movie to begin with. They took it off of Netflix. Maybe you can find it on YouTube or something, but I like finding weird movies like that. They just have awful acting, awful premises. People dumped loads of money into making these movies, and they're just awful ideas to begin with. Oh, man. But horror movies, they're definitely not the thing on the top of my list, for sure. Like I like kind of like movies that have I don't know, movies that I like. What are movies that I like? Something that has a really good story that you can like really see and feel the character development. Like I watched The Dark Knight the other night. Love that movie. Mostly because Heath Ledger killed his role as the Joker. I'm just saying, hands down, the best movie Batman I've ever seen. For real. I mean, Heath Ledger, great performance on that part. Love that movie because you could feel the character development. You can feel everything that's going on. Love that movie. Other ones, I just like comedies. Yeah, of course. I love comedies. Westerns. Woo! Westerns. I love westerns. Just some guy. I don't know why I like westerns so much. I don't know if because I have this dream of just like one day just being able to just dress up as like they did and just go out. Click, 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 click. Someone looks at me wrong and I just shoot him in the head and get away with it. I don't know. It's something just seems intriguing about the wild, wild west that, like, I don't know. Just imagine you can just kill somebody and then the sheriff just gives you a low five and you're like, what? What? Say what? And then he helps you bury the body and then y'all never speak of it ever again. And then you walk into like random cities and towns. Well, not cities, just random towns. And then people are like, wow, you're known as the Texas Slinger. You're known the Wild Slinger. You're known everywhere around here. I mean, everybody knows about you. And you're just like, yeah, that's right. Everybody knows about me. And then some drunk guy in the bar comes out. He challenges you. And then boom, 3, 2, 1. You quick draw, boom, right in the dome. I mean, come on. That is the dream. And you have a horse? And you get all connected with the horse. He's like your best friend. And then someone kills your horse and then you just go a while. Sometimes animals play a better role than people do in movies, and for me, it's horses. Horses play a great role in like Western movies, and they sometimes just have better character development than the own people writing them. Who knows? I don't know. But I love movies. Those kind of movies. I mean, I like movies. I don't watch them all the time. Like, I don't understand the people that like can binge watch a movie. Like people that tell me all the time, "Oh my gosh, I just binge watched the 7th season of Grey's Anatomy," or whatever. They're like, "I binge watched Grey's Anatomy all over again. I did it in 3 days." You're like, you have nothing else to do in your day? Nothing else to do. Oh, I mean, I do, but come on. Like, I would much rather just binge watch this than go do anything else. Oh, really? Okay. I guess I guess you can do that. That's really not that too too big of a deal, I guess. But if you rather want to binge watch, yeah, I'd rather binge watch. I got so many other things to do. I don't know. I'm not that type of person. I got so many things I would rather want to do than go binge watch. Go binge watch something for forever. But I got a little sidetracked there. We're talking about movies. Horror movies. In general, horror movies. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any other horror movies that I fell in love with. That I just like. I don't know. My sister was more of a horror movie person than I was, and that's probably why it got me into tolerating horror movies. Okay, hold on a second. I now am curious when Abraham Lincoln, the vampire slayer, came out. I'm kind of interested. Abraham Lincoln, the vampire hunter. Came out in 2012? That is what I'm talking about. Zombie Slayer. Came out in 2012. 2012, the classics. Well, okay. Well, then I'm gonna of course have to look up My Bloody Valentine. My Bloody. Oh, it was a movie in 2009. Wow. Isn't that just a great movie for the early 2000s classic? Remember when the world was gonna end in 2012? Oh man. Joke's on you, Mayans. We're still making it. It's 2020. Even this virus can't even wipe us out. The Mayans are over there. Oh, wait. They disappeared. They were just like, oh, we know our calendars are full of crap. But remember, 2012, all the movies were all characterized around the world ending in a certain way. And then they came out with a movie called 2012, where there was a great flood. I kind of watched the highlights of that movie just to see if it, would get to me like it did back in 2012. And the editing and the CGI just did not hit the same as it was. It just developed so terribly over the years. Over years, technology has been so great that these horror movies have gotten so much scarier than what they were back in the past. So much worse. And 2012 really did not age well. Did not. I think it's funny because there was like a group of people that I specifically remember back in 2012 where they they hid, they just got food for themselves, they got their guns, they're like, we're ready for whatever is going to happen. And as soon as the day happened, 2013 came around, they came out of their holes and were like, we're idiots. These stupid Mayans, they fooled us again. I would hate to be those group of people that just like solely believed in that small town. They were like, did you know the world's gonna end? Did you know the world's gonna end? What are we gonna do? Let's get everything and go into this hole. And then when we come out, everybody should be done. They get out of their hole, boom, everything's normal. They're fired they quit their jobs. They maxed out their credit cards because they thought their last day was gonna be then. Next thing you know, oh, I'm an idiot. I did not realize that I should have done more research and not just believed my toothless cousin, Tony. Should not believed him. But freaking, just talking about that makes me want to create my own movie. I want to create my, the Abraham Lincoln the Vampire Hunter. I don't exactly remember that movie, but I'm pretty sure he did not slay any black people, any African Americans, because that would have definitely went against his history. I mean, wasn't he supposed to free the slaves, but now he's slaying the slaves? I don't think that's how that movie goes. I think the people that created it were like, hey, we're only gonna have white zombies. That would make more sense if there was only white zombies. But look, I haven't seen the movie in a long time, so you can't judge me on it. It's just taking a good guess, going based off of what Abraham Lincoln was about. I know movies are not entirely true, but if that was to happen, then so be it. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I want to create my own movie. Kind of like I don't know, kind of like that sense, like we can put, who can we put in there that's just goofy? I would love to see like Chris Tucker, in there, but he plays, who would Chris Tucker play in that movie? I don't know, I just have to think about it. But he's definitely going to be slaying zombies, and, I don't know, oh man, Morgan Freeman. We need Morgan Freeman to slay some zombies. Slay some zombies and vampires. That would be great, Morgan Freeman. Now, you shall pick. I don't know how to do his voice. But it's very slow. It's very, very slow and very hello. He does like through the wormhole, so he would be doing like scientific facts while he's slaying them, I guess. Like, do you know the theory of relativity? Oh, well, I'm going to blow your dome off. Let's go. I don't know. I would love to see Morgan Freeman in a horror movie. That'd be pretty great. That'd be a classic to me, at least. Moving on to my fun facts portion. Actually, you know what? I'm going to insert like my intro, but I'm going to add, I'm going to talk behind it. So let me just drag and drop my intro real quick. Fun facts. Fun facts.
The last
Fun facts. Fun facts.
The last Go Hard podcast.
Fun facts. You like that intro? I don't know. It's just something that I just thought of in my head before I started this podcast. This episode, I was like, you know what? I want to add an intro really bad, but what am I gonna do? Okay, well, let's just drag and drop my my intro and just add some little fun fact ad libs to it. Ad libs. You always gotta add ad libs. Some people don't even know what they're called. Hey, do you know the little sounds that the rappers make at the ad libs? Oh, that's what they're called? I'm an idiot. Anyways, fun facts. We're at the fun fact portion of this podcast, baby. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Literally, 28 episodes. We're on the 29th. I've given you 28 fun facts, and previously, this is the 29th fun fact. I mean, seriously. How many? I mean, I'm going to keep on going with this. So you better buckle up. Brand new one. It is space smells like seared steak, according to some former astronauts. Wow. Did you hear that? Space, according to some astronauts, smells like seared steak. Whew. Delicious. Steak. It smells like steak. Well, I mean, you can't complain about that. You can't complain about that at all if it's steak. I would love to smell some of that then. I'll go to space right now. Did you say it smells like steak? Hell yeah. Literally. And space is kind of lonely up here, but at least it smells like I just walked into a Longhorn Steakhouse. I'm sorry to, bum y'all out, vegans. You're going to go out into outer space and then realize that you're just going to want to go back home. Like, oh man, I miss Earth. Why do you miss Earth so much? Because it smells like steak. I hate steak. I just don't eat meat. Well, that sucks for you because space smells like apparently steak. Yeah, let's see here. Have you ever wondered what space smells like? The article says. Well, according to some former astronauts, space does have a distinct odor that hangs around, and some of them say it smells like seared steak. Wow. Smells like seared steak. I would that would be very confusing to me, considering the fact that I know that I didn't know what space smells like, but I would wonder why it would give it that smell. What in space would give it that certain kind of smell to you? Just, oh man, that's delicious. The fact that I now know that space smells totally delicious, is great to me. I don't know what flat earthers have to say about this. Do you believe in space? I don't know what your scrolls say or whatever you got your beliefs from, but all I know is that you're gonna have to hop up to space real quick, because steak's on the menu for sure up there. Does it smell like medium rare steak? I don't know, but apparently it is steak. Man, that makes me want to go to space more now. What do you go? Like, what happens if each planet smelled a little bit differently? Well, of course it's gonna smell differently, but you go to like Mars and it smells like just steamed broccoli. Oh, that would be awful. That would like put like a bust in Elon Musk's plan. Like, hey everybody, get up on this spaceship real quick. We're about to blast off. Oh, by the way, we're almost to Mars, and I didn't really mention this to y'all, but Mars kind of smells like steamed broccoli, and everybody's like, oh my god, I hate this smell of steamed broccoli. Oh, man. Can we just go back to Earth? I'd rather die where everything smells like, normal. Actually, you know what? Just leave me out to rot in space. At least it smells like steak. Steak. Good old steak. But, we're going to move on to the news portion. Should I, insert the music for the news portion? Hell yeah, I'm going to insert the music for the news portion. News.
You are
Don't forget about the news. Right after the fun facts. We got the news. And that's the news music right now. So, fun facts news, fun facts music intro, and then we got the news intro, and those are both filled with ad-libs, just me screaming fun facts in one and news in the other one. So, hopefully you enjoyed those. You know what? Hopefully I can come around to the fact that I need to make proper intros to both of those. But until then, that is what it's going to be. And that's what it's going to be like. A news article. News. Weird news. I mean, I'm tired of just all this crazy, stupid crap that is just repeated over and over again. And I have to go on social media and listen to people's 2 cents about it. And I have to, look at it all the time, and the people all under them pretending that they give a crap about it. No more. We gotta have news that's not brought to the spotlight, and it needs to be brought to the spotlight. Like for example, this news article: ex-McDonald's employee spills store secrets, including real reason straws are so long. What? Did you know the reason why McDonald's straws are so long? I didn't until I read this article. Do you know why the straws are so long? I'm about to give you the secret of all secrets. Because I've always wondered this. Because when they give me my straw from McDonald's and I just put it in there, just put it in, and it sticks out a mile long, I'm kind of curious of why it is like that. And I now know why. Thanks to this guy. Thanks to this ex-employee. We salute you, sir, for giving me the details of why. And this is what he says, and I quote. Okay, where is it at? Right here. For example, your straw at McDonald's is larger. Do you know why it's larger? Because it lets more carbonation hit your tongue, and it makes the soda taste better. Let me just repeat that again, because I kind of messed it up a little bit. Some people are, speaking Nazis, and they're just like, hey, Dawson, you didn't say that right. Don't worry. I will come back and repeat it again. For example, your straw at McDonald's is larger because it lets more carbonation hit your tongue and makes the soda taste better. McDonald's, I didn't know you were that smart. I didn't know there was a genius plan behind y'all's company. But I mean, I watched y'all's movie in high school, the movie of how McDonald's was formed. When the business guy came in, screwed over the two guys that just wanted to have a nice business and ended up profiting off of it. Sounds like America. Business. We here in America make a business out of everything. And we screw people over to do it. And that's what McDonald's did. McDonald's made their fortune. The guy at McDonald's, head of McDonald's, the one that started it, he made his fortune off of screwing two guys over that just had a nice, good old little family business going. And in the end, he won. Good for him. Now, hopefully he has fun with the rest of that fortune in hell, but at least Earth, we're enjoying it. I'm kidding. I don't know. But, I've watched it and I was like, wow, he kind of did them dirty a little bit. They don't have their business anymore and he got to, take it over. Now he's making billions off of it. I don't even know if he's alive anymore. But McDonald's, their straws are longer. And that business right there, I didn't know was smart enough and was capable to come up with the genius stuff they have now. Like the straws being so much longer than the actual, what we need. But it's for the simple fact of the taste. And people always wonder why the Coca-Cola there tastes so good too. Well, here's a little secret. And he let us in the secret as well. Because they refrigerate their the flavorings before they put it in there. I mean, before they mix it with the carbonation. So the mixture of the large straw with the refrigerated syrups equals a delicious tasting beverage. And here's the thing though too. I used to work at Sonic. And you get yourself a large Dr. Pepper, and it's going to be like $3. You go over to McDonald's for a large Dr. Pepper, you're getting it for $1. Guaranteed. Maybe $1 and some change because of tax purposes. But I used to work at Sonic and they're just ripping people off. Freaking Sonic, was it 50 cents extra for each additional pump of extra syrup? Oh, you want a green apple Sprite? Well, that's $5.62. What? $5.62? That's like a meal. It's a whole meal, and I'm spending that on a large green apple Sprite. Screw off, Sonic. Not down for it. Negative. Not gonna be a part of these shenanigans. Not at all. But this guy, okay, exposing McDonald's secrets of why the soda tastes so much better. I mean, and it's $1. You just can't beat it. I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't. I'm actually kind of serious. What other secrets that McDonald's has? But I'm gonna have to look at this guy's. I think he has a TikTok, but I don't have TikTok. Dawson, you don't have TikTok. Everybody has TikTok. Well, I don't have TikTok. I don't want to see a bunch of underage girls twerking. I'm good. Well, Dawson, there's some good, interesting stuff on there. Yeah, but you have to pass all the lame stuff, and I just don't. Not in the mood for it. And whatever. I just never been in TikTok. I want Vine to come back. I don't know why it failed so terribly, but I want Vine. That's what I want. Vine was so much better than any of the crap that's coming out now. But I just want to thank everybody for listening to episode 29 of the Last I Go Hard podcast. It means everything to me. I just want to take a quick shout out to the guy that complimented me and said the podcast was good and that he listened to all 28. Well, my friend, you just listened to the 29th one and you're a winner for that. I wanted to also just, shout out and thank the girl that gave me a Secret Santa present, even though I had nothing to give to her and I gave nothing to anybody else in that company to begin with. Thank you for the nice beanie. It's keeping my ears warm right now. Thank you. I just also want to thank you again for listening to episode 29 of the Last I Go Hard podcast. And before I go, I got a few things that I want to tell you. Once again, if you haven't went and watched my video on either Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, go ahead and go watch it. It needs to be told, needs to be heard, it needs to be listened to. You wanna have a little smile on your face while at the same time, oh my God, this kid is a little off the wall. Okay, he's a little bit different. He may need help. then you need to go watch this Instagram video. I promise you won't disappoint you. Also, social medias, you can find all of that in the link in the description. And as always, thank you again. And I don't know if I will be seeing y'all this coming up Friday because I just did this podcast Tuesday. But I will definitely be seeing y'all next Friday.
Cool Hard Podcast. You are listening to the last Cool Hard. You are listening to the last Cool Hard Podcast.